Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to another video where today I'm going to be predicting the Northern Premier League Division 1 West table for the 23-24 season. In 20th we've got Widnes. First off, the team I think will finish bottom of the league this season is Widnes. They really struggled at times last season and only just managed to survive after Skelmersdale's enforced relegation, which saw Widnes reprieved from the Interstep relegation playoffs. I don't think they'll be so lucky this time round, and I can sadly see them going down. In 19th, we've got Avro. After beating Lincoln United 2-1 away from home in the Interstep playoffs to secure promotion, Avro will play at Step 4 for the first time in the club's history this season. However, I think the step up in quality will be a bit too much for Avro, and they'll ultimately drop straight back down to the Northwest Counties. In 18th, we've got Hanley Town, another team that can count themselves extremely lucky to still be in this league for the upcoming season is Hanley Town. They finished the 22-23 season level on points with Widnes, just avoiding the relegation playoff places by goal difference. I don't think they'll have the same fortune this time around, as I can see them slipping down into the uncertainty of the Interstep relegation playoffs this season. In 17th place, we've got Chase Town. The second team I think will finish inside the Interstep relegation playoff places in 17th is Chase Town. You may think that finishing a very respectable 6th in the Midlands Division last season bodes well for the Scholars going into the new season. However, the West Division is as open as it's ever been, and in my opinion a much stronger league than the Midlands and East Divisions at Step 4. With that in mind, I could see Chase Town struggling, but crucially surviving next season. In 16th, we've got Newcastle Town. Ending last season in 15th, I think Newcastle Town will finish in a similar position this campaign once again, comfortably avoiding relegation, but not likely to challenge for the top half either. In 15th, we've got Vauxhall Motors, comfortably winning the Northwest Counties Premier last season with an impressive tally of 95 points. I think the Motormen will impress in their first season back in the Northern Premier League since the turn of the millennium and finish comfortably mid-table. In 14th, it's City of Liverpool. Despite struggling in the early parts of last season and looking like strong favourites for the drop, the Perts recovered well under the guise of Paul McNally to finish strongly in 12th. I think they'll continue that momentum into the upcoming campaign and finish well in mid-table again this time around. In 13th, it's 1874 Northwich. 1874 dropped off a little bit last season after a really good showing in their debut campaign in this league. I don't think they'll hit those heights again this season, but by no means do I expect them to struggle either. A solid 13th for me. In 12th, we've got Hednesford Town. Hednesford are a difficult one to judge for me coming down from the Southern Premier League Central Division last season. Uncertainty surrounding the club's future due to a failed takeover which saw them forced to resign from the league this season before being readmitted by the FA has certainly caused some unwanted turbulence. They'll no doubt be looking to bounce straight back up to Step 3, but I think a season of consolidation under their new ownership is on the cards. In 11th, we've got Mosley. Always there or thereabouts, challenging for playoffs but seemingly always falling short. I think it'll be a similar story for Mosley, but with the strength and openness of the league this season, I could see them slipping further back into mid-table. In 10th, we've got Kidsgrove Athletic. Kidsgrove had a really strong season last time out, finishing 8th, and even made a late charge for the playoffs. I think they'll give it another good go this season. However, if previous seasons are to go by, another mid-table finish looks likely. In 9th, we've got Prescott Cables. Prescott Cables are a team that really shocked a lot of people last season, finishing 9th, after consistently hovering around the relegation places in previous seasons. There seems to be a lot more ambition around the club these days, which could see them make a shock run for the playoff spots, if not this season, then definitely in the not too distant future. In 8th place, it's Nantwich Town. Like Hednesford, Nantwich are a difficult one to judge, having been relegated from the Northern Premier League Premier Division last season. Combine the quality of the teams in this league with the hangover from relegation, and I think they're in for a season of consolidation. 7th place is Trafford. After showing some really impressive end of season form last campaign, which nearly saw them sneak into the playoffs, I think Trafford will carry that momentum into this season, but once again ultimately just miss out on the playoffs. In 6th place, we've got Runcorn Linnets. Runcorn Linnets have consistently finished in and around the playoffs in the last few seasons, but I'm predicting them to just miss out this time. I think the pain of losing the playoff final narrowly to Workington last season will dampen spirits a bit, and there could be a potential early season hangover that may scupper their playoff chances this time around. In 5th, we've got Bootle. The first team I'm predicting to make the playoffs is Bootle, which may come as a surprise to some of you, given they finished 13th last season. But hear me out. For starters, they've got David McNabb as their manager, and this guy knows how to get promoted from this league, as he's proved with Warrington Rylands. The Bucks are also building a really strong side, built on solid defence with the likes of young goalkeeper Owen Mooney coming in from Wigan, as well as experienced defender Leon Legg, who's playing in League 2 for Harrogate last season. Couple this with plenty of attacking talent, and I think the Bucks are in for a really strong showing this season. In fourth, we've got Witton Albion. Witton Albion are a team that really excite me this season, and I've already said in my reaction to my predictions from last season that they'll be a shoo-in for playoffs this time around. They came so close last season, finishing 6th, and they look to have strengthened even further for this campaign, making some shrewd signings along with retaining the bulk of last season's squad. The capture of Export Vale legend Tom Pope from Congleton is a cherry on top of the icing on the cake and will add guaranteed goals to their lineup. In third, we've got Stalybridge Celtic. Despite their off-field struggles last season, Stalybridge look to be moving in the right direction under new ownership, and have made some statement signings ahead of the 23-24 campaign under new boss James Kinsey. The ex-Wythenshawe Town gaffer has brought a number of familiar faces with him from his 5-year spell at Erixton Park, as well as some serious talent from higher up the pyramid that combine to make up a competitive squad for the Celts. Former Chelsea prospect Alex Kawamia will be an excellent player at this level, having performed admirably for the likes of Macclesfield and Stafford Rangers in recent seasons. They've also added experienced defender Joe Bunny, also formerly of Macclesfield, to their ranks, who's also been given the captaincy ahead of the new season. All in all, Stalybridge looks set for a very strong season in the West Division, where I think they'll really challenge for automatic promotion. In second place, I've got Leek Town. Everything points towards Leek Town winning the league this season, but I'm not sure if it's a combination of bias, stupidity, or a bit of both, making me predict otherwise. They were consistently in and around the top of the East Division, and again here in the West Division, once they were laterally moved to this league a couple of years ago, but a combination of COVID and bad fortune has seen them continually miss out on promotion. They slipped up in their playoff semi-final last season, losing to Runcorn Linnets, and I'm not sure if this will spur them on or knock them back this campaign, but I think I'd be an idiot to bet against them at least making the top 2. For what it's worth, I think they'll just miss out on automatic promotion, but can still see them going up via the playoffs. And that means, in first place, we've got Clitheroe. I said it was possibly biased, keeping me from predicting Leek to win the league, which means you all know who I've put in first. Yes, I said it in my reaction to last season's predictions. I'm sticking my neck on the line and saying Clitheroe are going to win the league. I don't even think it's that rogue of a shout either. We reached the playoffs for the first time in at least my lifetime last season, after years of steady improvement. We've kept the core of that squad together and brought in some real talent with a mix of youth and experience. Tying Sefton Gonzalez, Reece Webb Foster and Cameron Lancaster down to contracts is brilliant business, and they'll be vital for us this season. And the addition of young French left winger Veron Parney, also on contract, will add skill, pace and guile to an already stacked attacking line. Scott Sefton, Ethan Kershaw and Mark Howarth will also add strength to our midfield, as well as experience in the league above, which will be vital if we do go on to win the league, as I'm predicting. Overall, David Dempsey has built arguably the best squad Clitheroe have had in decades, and it's incredibly exciting as a Clitheroe fan to see how far he can take us in his first full season as manager. The future is looking bright for the Blues on and off the pitch, with a growing fan base and ever-improving infrastructure around the club. I'm confident that we can capitalise on our current upward trajectory and make our way into the Premier Division as champions next season. So guys, there you have it. Those were my Northern Premier League Division 1 West predictions for the 23-24 season. Let me know where you think your team will finish in the comments below, and if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss an upload. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.